as long as they do the work for the crown. The crown's instructions is in the charter for the first bar. That's called a foundational document. The entirety of the Bar Association is built on King George's proclamation of the Bar Association to issue those titles of nobility for the people that work for the British Crown. Under the barristers over there and over here, they needed a barrister accreditation registry, and it became known as the Bar Association. Once you know what their purpose is, then you can unravel, well, who do they work with? They work with the bankers, because they move in such massive amounts of currency that the currency have to be under the security of the judiciary's oversight. So like every court is a ship.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you on the ship talking to the judge, you talking to the captain of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And the clerk is the navigator.
Mm-hmm.
Because you under admiralty and maritime jurisdiction.
Gotcha.
Before early colonial law, the chiefs used to be able to go in and remove their tribesmen from out of the custody of the corporation, because it was a conflict of jurisdiction between the tribal jurisdiction of the land law and the admiralty jurisdiction of the maritime law.
You're
right?
getting any feedback, are you? Okay, because I hear us, but it's also playing in the background. I just wanted to make sure you okay. I
don't know what that is, man. That's probably them eavesdropping.
That's exactly what I was saying. Unc, it's a pleasure, and I greatly appreciate you and all you do.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm glad I was able to have a conversation with you.
I love you, and that is from the bottom of my feet. Oh, I love you. I love you. Yes. Every time I know you're going to be on, I haven't even been online watching your videos because it's like something's resisting me. And I just got this message that you were live, and I jumped on and I said, I want to talk to you one day. And I also had sent you a message in January of 23. I was asking for some advice about a situation. I heard you. And I realized I didn't really have to speak with you, but I heard you. I got the message. Everything worked out well for me. I'll put it that way.
I'm glad to hear
and
that, sweetie. I'm always here. If I can say something that'll encourage, motivate, or inform somebody how to accomplish a goal, I did my service to the people. If I could help one, and I could have helped more, but most of them thought I was crazy until they started seeing what I was telling them. And the ones that were saying I ain't had no receipts because they was too lazy to go cross-reference the receipt. So they just assume I don't have no references to what I be telling them, but everything that I'm telling them, I got references to.
Yeah.
Taking you back to who said it, who did it, where they come from, why they came, how many of them came. You know what I'm saying? The lie they told us, and all that. I know it all. And that wasn't my agenda to be on here telling the people how we got tricked, but it was the path of least resistance to use social media. Notice the agent, notice the principal. That's to you eavesdropping motherfuckers that's tapping in down there in Raven Rock, sitting there watching, looking on the big old screen like we don't know you watching. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just telling the people the truth, and you just got to deal with it.
That's right. And free Larry Hoover, and may the three kings walk the land. Free everyone under COINTELPRO, and may the matriarch be restored. Yes.
And the one law, the great law, and the one
great law. That's right.
Restore the matriarchy. That's one law, one condition. Restore the matriarchy. By giving the earth back to the rightful heirs, heaven returns to earth with the divine feminine. And then all of the women be so much more pleasant to be around.
Ain't that the truth? Just peace and love. Sport stuff is getting old.
they don't have to be in war mode no more. But this is why we need those sister groups. So y'all check, all y'all sisters that ain't never heard me talk about the Goddess Glow Up, go look and investigate. She got video on Instagram and Facebook. Heidi Barble from the Goddess Glow Up do women support groups that help the women be able to deal with each other and heal from the old wounds. She's really good at what she do, and she actually live the lessons that she teach, right? So she tell you how to do what she doing, what worked for her, and then try to help you adjust it to fit your model, right?
Right.
So that was in the old Atlantean days, we used to have the sisters do what got my attention to her. She was doing that ritual on the ocean where all of the women were in white and they was going into the water. That's where the old gospel song "Wade in the Water" come from.
Okay.
You can look on YouTube under voodoo baptism, and you will still see them doing the same water ritual in the voodoo culture. They do it in New Orleans, they do it in Haiti, they do it in Jamaica. These women get together in all white and they go into the freshwater springs and do rituals to cleanse the land. All of their rituals is geared toward cleansing, healing, and making the planet whole. And all of the other priests have different functions. Under the red, they doing war conjure work.
Okay.
Right. Under the blue, they doing administrative conjure work. Right. The clerical department. Right. The black and gold is doing the organizing of the spiritual work at Big Mama House. That's the Vice Lord team, the team that's supposed to draw all of the rest of the teams back onto Big Mama House. They told us that we was gangs because gang mean tribe. But
right,
as long as we don't know, because they use their media and social influence to make the word gang sound like a bad word. So now you don't know the other tribes on the land because they labeling you as some kind of criminal element that's different from a tribe. But all of the tribes magnetize to their chief. This is just nature. You can't overcome the nature in the DNA of us tribing up. Now they got to figure out a way that when we tribe up to make us look bad for doing it. And they create conditions and they send in infiltrators to make us go the wrong direction on purpose so that they can use their media to smear us in a smear campaign so nobody won't ever know that the Nation of Growth and Development, that's a whole tribe out of the Blue House of the old Mississippians. The black and gold is a whole tribe. The Panther is a whole tribe. We looking at it like they calling the Black Panthers a political organization. That's a tribal network. It's not a political organization. But they use the word politics because they do deal with the social environment on the land. Right, the Nation of Islam, they classify them as a religion, but they the research and investigative department of the tribal networks. They are the security training team to train functional security. That's why they focus on what they focus on, and everybody want to argue the doctrine, but they don't want to look at the tribal structure that's being established and how it is being used to link tribes all across the land on the level of respect. The Nation of Islam brothers is the only ones that can call Latin kings, Latin counts, Satin disciples, maniac disciples, gangster disciples, vice lords, crips, bloods. They the only group that can call all of these different tribes into one area and won't be no drama. That's not an accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not an accident. This, if you look at how the ancestors been having us move over the last 500 years, you will realize that the story that they given us is a patch story trying to cover up certain key functions of the tribal movement across the land.
Mm-hmm.
So after they declared the ceasefire and we went into the Kandja War, the Seminoles, they never surrendered, right? So they not constitutionally obligated to follow anything that the United States do. They
Right.
they never agreed to anything by treaty because they had too many chiefs that disagreed with the system. What about all the rest of the 9 treaty tribes? They called them outlaws. They called them belligerents. They called them foreign nation dependents. They called us illegal immigrants on our own land because we wasn't part of their system. So what do? Instead of continue to function as we function and disregard them and their system and remember who we are, we wanted their system because it looked prettier because everything was in called uniform commercial code, meaning everybody of government wore uniforms.
Right.
Well, the tribes wear uniforms, but they wear tribal uniforms. They identify by their appearance in the public by the uniform they wearing. It's just not the same as the uniform of the police that work for the Crown of England. So you got the police got to quit or join. They got to step down as police officers and be deputized by the sheriff or the U.S. Marshal, or they got their ass going to jail in the same lockup where they've been locking people up for all of these years.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to hold you, but one more question is, okay, I think I will send a message to you through Facebook because I can't put it in words right now. And I know we have a lot of people. We have 64 people from what I see right now. So I'm gonna give this time to someone else. And I am grateful and thankful for you receiving my call. And it was a pleasure and is a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, sweetie. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Much love.
Okay, who we got next? Keisha Williams. Kesha.
How are you?
I'm good. I like your dreadlocks.
They braids,
I like braids too.
Appreciate it. Well, what I wanted to ask was, I know patience is required. Patience is required in my own human design, and admittedly, I have been struggling with thoughts of self-deletion, but I understand for the purpose I am here, that is not an option. So what should I be doing in the meantime until whatever this change looks like will happen?
Your self-care needs to be turned up from 2 to 10.
Okay.
Only worry about making yourself feel normalized in your own skin. Take plenty of spiritual baths to help balance out your inner energy with your physical energy. The candles, the rose petals, the oils, the whole nine with your spiritual baths. You got to get massages. If you got a boyfriend, a husband, he got to give you regular. Okay. Well,
I don't even know about. Anyway, that ain't. That's a whole.
okay.
Anyway.
So at least once every 2 weeks, go to the spa and get you a massage, because the reason why I'm recommending that is negative memories energetically is trapped in the muscle. And it releases at the most inappropriate time, but if you get a regular massage, you be able to unlock that emotion that's trapped in your muscle to release. That's why the state that you go in while getting a massage is a quasi meditative state. That's open exchange with the universe, energy field. You need that frequency. When they release the pent up frustration or emotion and you feel the need to cry, you have to let the tears out. The breakdown in the physical is the sign of the breakthrough on the spiritual. The struggle in the physical world mean that you are in your book of life checking your resistance build up based on the training that you just finished putting yourself through. Your emotions is your navigation system. Always do self-talk and ask yourself, are my emotions in proper context? Is the proper emotion for what I'm seeing? Am I supposed to react this hysterical because somebody bumped the coffee table? That's probably extreme, so let me turn it down. Once you do that, this is called emotional intelligence quotient training, or EQ training. You adjusting your emotions to be truthful and honest with you and to not give you overly stimulating information that doesn't need to be overly stimulated. That comes from self-neglect as a child because you wanted to please everybody else. Now, as an adult, it's no longer functional for you. So now you have to do the self-care. It's a part of your shadow work, too.
Yeah. Damn.
You got to remember, you're supposed to go through the hard part, and the hard part is known in extreme cases by the desire to exit stage left with no return. That's put there as a stressor. You don't want to go toward the stressor. You want to look for the buffer. The buffer is the justification and the cause for you to be able to overcome this life obstacle. Some people look at their child and say, thank God for my child, Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Right? Because that let them know that all the stuff they've been through, now they know all of that in order for their child not to have to endure it by you creating the proper environment for them to avoid repeating the generational mistakes. The more you develop those understandings with life itself, the less you, because I got a philosophy. I'm suicidal to the 9th degree. But it's one problem. Before I kill me, I know too many people that deserve to go. And that means that before I kill me, I got to get rid of all of them first. And that would upset society too much.
Yeah, it would. I know it. I know it. Ooh, I know it.
Right. So as you tune in and you start feeling that energy, your glow gonna turn on. You're not gonna notice it. But the people that you pass in the street gonna notice it because you are polishing the golden heart by coming to these awarenesses of the self and the functions of the struggles of life to allow you to be strong enough to receive the blessings, because they're going to be too heavy to carry if you ain't properly trained. We almost at the payout. We almost at the big aha moment.
I know. I know, because patience is a big, huge part of my human design. That is one of the lessons I know for certain that I'm supposed to overcome
Yeah.
on this in this
You're
life.
supposed to learn that patience has a limit.
That has a limit.
Patience has a limit. Because
Explain that to me.
people exploit your patience. Right? Your patience is for those who respect your time and your energy. Patience is not for the people that came to siphon your life energy from you. If you put the patience where it's deserved, reciprocity and gratitude will open the channels of abundance so much faster in your life. Patience has a limit. Where you go from being the good giver to somebody's damn fool is where it ends.
Factual.
That's the limits of patience. But if I can be patient with you all day, if you gaining, accessing the information correctly, where you can apply it in your life and it'll bring out the best in you, then that's the best I could do. And if a person want me to come in and restructure their life and then they want to sit there and watch Netflix all day, I can't help them. I have no patience for that. But if a person that's sincere come, I can walk them through the very minutest steps of the process in order to put them on the right track. But if somebody come in thinking that they about to misuse me, I'm too busy being used by gratitude for you to misuse me with selfishness and greed. My kindness doesn't extend to that. Now you're about to turn on my hostilities. And I like when they turn on my hostilities.
Do I know it? Look, that's also what I struggle with too.
When they fuck around and find out.
No, you're definitely right. I think that's definitely my current position, and that's the self-doubt kicking in on when and when not to be patient. I don't want to, all that self-doubt. Okay, cool. Okay. Thank you, Unc. I appreciate it.
I see you having a couple of aha moments over there. So it's not that you don't know this, but sometimes somebody got to tell you what you know in a certain way to help you see what you already understand. And that frees you up now, because now you can work on application instead of trying to figure out how to read the instructions.
I got that message. You're right. I got that message this morning. Applying. Yep, she literally told me that. Applying it. I have everything in my toolkit. I just need to apply it.
But
okay.
You needed to put in the order and the structure first.
True.
So what in cooking, that's called mise en place. We lay out all of your ingredients before you start cooking, exactly measured to the recipe. That's to help keep order in the kitchen while you're cooking. You see them do it on the cooking channel all the time. They have all the ingredients set up. Yeah, that's called mise en place.
Yeah, I do it. I just didn't know the name. Interesting.
Yeah. It's from French cooking chefs lingo. They got their own language too.
From NOLA. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank you, Uncle.
Where you from? Where you from?
Me? Illinois.
Illinois? Oh, okay. Norfolk.
My father from Mississippi. My mama from Illinois.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from them tribes. But you got the facial cranial structure of a Mississippian females.
Mm-hmm. I have the this and the widow's peak.
Mm-hmm.
And the I don't know what it's called at the kitchen, but it's so when the geishas, they paint on their. I went to Japan this year, and I met some of my soul tribe, I believe, And when the geishas put on their makeup, they have a pattern they do on their neck. And my kitchen is naturally shaped like that. I gotta do this matrix in the work world and all that BS been keeping me from investigation.
I need you to do something. Take a deep breath, hold it for a count of 3, and let it out slow. And release. So I noticed something in the conversation. Your energy got erratic. Most men don't notice it. But if you notice it and stop you for a minute to breathe, it help everything that you're about to say come out smoother and clearer, and it'll make the communication so much simpler and easier that an argument can't happen. These is the techniques of understanding the communication that's been taken from us. The men is supposed to be taught as boys how to recognize the change in the woman's energy so he can help her to stay balanced. Because if he can't help her stay balanced, how the hell he gonna stay balanced? Okay, you can finish saying what you're saying, sweetie.
Thank you. There is, when the geishas do their makeup in Japan, there is a symbol that appears to me, and my natural kitchen is shaped like that symbol, and I don't know where to begin to figure out the meaning of that. But as soon as I saw it, it triggered something in my subconscious, so I must figure out what that means. But overall, I do feel like I have gotten to a new stage in my life that will bring me new lessons, new complex lessons. Like you said, it is me applying what I have in my emotional toolkit to make it through this level.
So by calibrating your emotions, because you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to the whole world, but you can't lie to yourself because you was listening to that conversation in your head when you came up with the lie. Right? So when you calibrate your emotions not to exaggerate, it makes them only spike when necessary. But now that you're aware that your emotions is under control, you can think clearer under the pressure of the heightened emotion. Right. And a lot of times, just stopping for a minute and taking that breath you just took is enough to get you on track where you're ahead of the problem as it's arising. The 3 little seconds, deep breath, that pause before you say something, before you do something. The breath is the spirit, as spiritus. So when you take that breath, you are relying on the universe to fill you with the frequency necessary to overcome whatever potential obstacle is in front of you. And then once you trust the universe by practicing the ritual, the universe will then tell you when to do it before you even know it's necessary. You'll see yourself just do it. And then you'll have a handle on whatever you about to deal with. Whether it's how am I going to cook for all 37 of my cousins that's coming to dinner this week, to, oh shit, that car accident up ahead, can I help? Right. But that breath, you'll be able to have like awareness ahead of time, because spirit is looking for when to let you know you need to breathe before you get there. So that you send spirit out ahead of you to find the path. So once you go down the path, spirit lets you know that you're on the right path, because that's when you take that breath. But you have to calibrate your senses. If you train them, they will perform. And you got it in your blood, so it's gonna come natural to you once you start practicing.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm gonna take somebody else up, okay?
Okay.
Right,
I love you.
too, sweetie.
Bye.
Oh, pretty smile of yours.
I am so honored. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking this call. I only have one question. First of all,
Okay.
thank you for everything you do and all of the things. I am expecting
How far
and
along
will be doing
are you?
January. And I've recently moved out of the country. We are in the Dominican Republic now. And so my question is, if you have any insight on sovereignty paperwork,
You
or
don't do
if
paperwork, sweetie.
and that's what
You
I'm
sovereign.
thinking.
Listen,
But then, okay,
you sovereign when you born. It's not until you our paperwork is filed on your behalf without your knowledge or consent that now you have to deal with paperwork. The tribes only deal with paperwork is in business and exchange of services and goods for bookkeeping purposes.
right.
You got that glow though.
I appreciate it. Thank
That'd be
you.
the most gorgeous glow. Women that's pregnant just got that glow. That make.
Thank you.
I think that's some kind of way that nature do that. So when y'all be talking to us and y'all be pregnant, we be trying to like move mountains immediately. Like I ain't never seen her before, but let me kick this mountain out our way.
Thank you. So so you don't suggest any paperwork at all?
No.
Because I have a child
Okay. So
already, and we got passports. So in order for us to get back, the baby wouldn't be able to come. You know what I'm saying? Like how would I
so
maneuver that?
the system is about to change on a drop of a dime. It's gonna be a big old cadoodle.